Hello traders, welcome on Sunday Focus. Welcome at Billions Club. Today what we're gonna do is we're gonna prepare for the next 5 days of trading. So from marking out some of the levels, we will go through Forex calendar, preparing for the news that we are expecting upcoming week. There's gonna be plenty of it today, so turn off every distraction you have around you and give me 100% of your focus, because I will show you my approach, how I'm finding and looking for levels, what will be my plan, what will be the important zones and market structures on three pairs that we will be doing today, which is going to be BTC USD, gold chart and Euro USD chart. Even though I said I'm not going to trade gold for the next 10 days, but it's already like 4 days back. So I'm not going to be trading gold this week, most likely, if we won't have any high probability setup. But there is a high demand for gold TA, so we will do gold. I'll show you some of the levels that I'll be paying attention to if I were trading gold. Alrighty, so we can start with today's live stream. I'm going to switch to the full screen, or you should be able to see my screen now from the full screen cam. And yes, we can start, I guess. Before we're gonna hop on the chart, please let me know if everything is running. I'm just gonna quickly switch to a chat view. So I'm gonna check the chat and then we're gonna start with the TA. Yeah, I'm ready. Yes, everything should be running well. All right. Let's start on Euro USD this time. Usually we start with BTC USD, but you know what? Let's start with Euro USD. Let's start with what is happening here, because Euro USD chart is quite interesting. Do you remember the short that we did here on Billions, or at Billions Club, on our Instagram and basically on all of our social medias? What we are saying, or what I was saying specifically inside that 1 minute short, is that I'm expecting a bullish movement on Euro USD chart, and we were around here. So how I was able to target the week daily high? Well, this is kind of a simple reason behind this. We are remaining in a pretty bullish structure, so you know, we are bouncing out of these demand levels here. We changed local trends here. Really the only target that we had on Euro USD chart was this week daily high. You can check our Instagram, you can check our TikTok, and basically all the social medias that we use, and check the short, what I was saying here. But what we can say now, exactly as predicted, but obviously we want to see what's likely to happen here. So daily time frame, we're going to delete the levels that we got here. We're going to delete this, and basically all the liquidity levels. They are either swept or taken out from the market. This liquidity level is mitigated already. Liquidity is swept. We don't care about this anymore. We basically created a break of a structure right here, but we can also delete this because we will be marking out this level on 4-hour chart. But just to make it clear, this is a break of a structure, which gives us a new strong high with weak high that is not formed yet. So we have to wait, you know, potentially 1 or 2 weeks to form a weak high to target the new highs on the chart. Alrighty, so we're gonna delete these supply zones, not important at all, because we're gonna redo them on a daily time frame. So the first reaction zone that we have is obviously this one right here. What we can do with this is that I'm gonna actually select this whole zone that we have here. This is basically the reaction point on a daily time frame that we currently have. So the bias that I have on Euro USD, we are kind of going to the extreme inside this zone. What I mean by that is that we are at the border of, basically top border of this supply zone here. The next one is gonna be this one, which is obviously on a weekly time frame, because you know, it's a big range on the daily time frame. So if you're going to switch this to a weekly time frame, it will remove all the noise, which will give us this supply zone right here. So this is also a big resistance on the chart. So overall, we know that, okay, we are hitting a big resistance. What we can create out of this, or what bias we can use out of this, we should start looking for a move to the downside. So even though overall I'm pretty bullish on EU, as soon as we're not gonna take out these slows down there, I'll be expecting a move like this to retest these local levels and potentially target higher, right? So bias overall on EU, we can start with this. The recent thing that I'm gonna start doing is gonna be, I'm gonna be writing down the plan so everyone will be able to see it, because I can't remember the plan overall, but just to make it as clear as possible to you, I'm gonna be writing down the overall plan. So daily time frame, more bearish bias. We are looking for start of a pullback phase. Simply said, right? I'm not telling you that if I say this is the final TA, Euro USD is going down. No, it's overall creating bias, what we should be expecting from EU, but we will be going from the higher time frames to middle time frames to small time frames to either get better entry, refine our levels, and potentially look for our entry models. So plan number one, or the node number one, daily time frame more bearish for the upcoming 5 days. Going down to the 4 hour, we want to see, or we want to spot the precise level, the precise supply that we should be looking for. That's really going to be only this one here, with potential liquidity sitting above this level. So we will create this for our supply and demand, with liquidity potentially grabbed above this high. So let me do this again. It's really gonna be right here on this high. That could be potentially local liquidity sweep. And this level starts to be mitigated already. All right, so we tap the level, we are creating some local range. We have some liquidity above these 2 highs here. So what we can do, instead of extending the line to the right side, we can use the horizontal ray with a simple liquidity sweep point like this and this. And these 2 levels are swept already from the market. All right, so what we can create out of this is that for our supply with inducement lick swap. Basically what I mean by that, what is inducement? There is plenty of ways how you can call this. Inducement is going to be these 2 highs that really create the local liquidity on EU chart. So this one is swept. For our market structure, that's going to be kind of easy, I'd say, because we really had only this BOS, which gives us strong high down there. Sorry, strong low, obviously. Strong low. BOS. Break of structure. And the big high is obviously not here yet, which gives us the IBOS right here. Internal break of a structure with the internal low. And potentially internal high that is not formed yet. So what we are doing here overall is we are simply trying to spot the overall market structure. What is the intention in past 5 days? where is market trying to go, what important levels we've broken, and what we could be expecting for the next 5 days. That's really why we do the whole TA from the market structure perspective. This is not about the precise levels yet. Right now we are just trying to spot the overall zones where we could potentially be either targeting or expecting some bounce. So we kind of got that. Internal low is here. Internal high not placed yet, not created yet. We gotta wait for the new levels to be created. What I mean by that specifically is we need to get some pullback to really mark out the internal high, because this is not, we don't really know if this is the end yet, or we will actually be continuing higher. The likelihood of getting some retracement is obviously higher than getting moved to the upside, but still it's just a game of probabilities. You never know what's going to happen. All right, going to the 15-minute time frame, we can delete some of the levels here because they are all mitigated already. Mitigated. Really what I do right now is just cleaning up the chart. We're gonna start from the scratch. So here with the structure, it's a bit harder, I'd say, but this is really how I view the local structure now. All right. I'm really thinking about what's the next strong low with a strong high here. This is definitely going to be an internal low and internal high. That's a sure thing. On 15-minute time frame, internal low with internal high, liquidity swept. High like this. We got some equal highs, which gives us personally, how I see this, or how I view this, is that this is still a strong low on a 15-minute time frame. It's going to be the strong low, and the big high is not created yet. What I like about this is that we have these equal highs. It would be absolutely perfect if we can sweep liquidity above these highs and target down. When you have something like this, the likelihood of sweeping the liquidity above these highs and basically going down is quite big, because market is all about liquidity. Liquidity is a really important concept of the whole thing. And personally, I'm a liquidity trader, so I pay a lot of attention to it. There are some levels formed, some inducement created, but overall, the only high liquidity level for me is this zone here. So personally, I'll be looking for grabbing the liquidity out of this, creating, let's say, internal break of a structure, or just a change of character, and then going short on EU. So we can go back to the nodes that we formed here, or created here. So what I mean by that, equal highs forms a big liquidity pool, looking for sweeping these highs first before starting the pullback phase. To explain you the concept, or my plan, is in order to go down, we need to sweep the liquidity from somewhere, right? This is the local liquidity that is created right here above the equal highs. So for me, the plan is that I will wait for sweeping the liquidity, losing the local demand levels, looking for a retracement, getting into short and potentially targeting down to the next liquidity level that we have here. But overall, I'll be looking for deeper retracement, and I'll be probably setting for a longer short on EU chart. That would really be my overall plan. This demand level is mitigated already. This one right here. This one is also mitigated right here. Okay. So tapped, mitigated, liquidity is created here. Yeah, so that's the plan. What I'll do is I'm just gonna create an alert here, and I'll be patiently waiting for grabbing the liquidity above these highs, to be fair. EU, LQ, sweep. All right, so this is the plan on Euro USD chart. Let's go to the BTC. Let's start with the daily time frame. Don't have much of it here. This is still the big zone that is obviously holding the chart from coming lower now. There is going to be plenty of liquidity above this 32K high, but obviously also above these highs here. We broke through the week highs, so this is going to be a break of a structure. BOS, which gives us a strong low on 4-hour time frame. What we can do with this is simply we can create this wasn't boss right here, and yes, this gives us still the strong low. The 382 not tapped yet. No. Euro BTC USD overall still likely to get some retracement, I would say. Liquidity is swept, which is very important of this whole thing. The importance of sweeping the liquidity is really big. Before starting any bigger retracement, very likely that all of these pairs will sweep liquidity from somewhere, which in this case we did that already on BTC chart. So what we can do is we can tidy up the chart a bit. You can delete some of these levels that we have here. Internal low remains the same. Liquidity above this is swept. Perfect. There is gonna be, let's see this as an IBOS, to be fair, which gives us this new internal low that's going to be here, and this is going to be the internal high. This is how I view the overall structure, but obviously still this demand level is holding the price right now. So this is still a very important zone. Once we're going to break through this, all right, the BTC is ready to start a new pullback phase, and we can potentially go all the way down here because there is not much support inside this zone here. What we can do is we can start pulling some volume profiles to really get the idea where the volume is. But overall, this is the place for the volume. Not really any demand here because the volume was formed inside this range. Here you see that the POC is almost the same. So if we will do this next pull with a new profile, then as you can see there is no volume at all. So we can expect some stop here, we can expect some stop here and here, but this is really going to be the biggest one down there. Minute time frame, so overall range bound movement still remains the same. There is some untapped supply with no inducement in the leg, which means that there is no liquidity created. It's going to be above these equal highs here. This one is swept. There's going to be some liquidity, but there is no liquidity here inside this leg. You can create a new template. No inducement in the leg. So we either gonna sweep the liquidity above this and potentially target like this, or if we're not gonna get a sweep, then we will be targeting this zone here, 30,700-ish, but the liquidity needs to be created. So I'd wait for equal highs to be formed, just a range, right? Range formed, sweep the liquidity, and then potentially target lower. That could be the plan here. The thing is that we gotta do the local structure. So obviously this was BOS on a 15-minute structure. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Usually you have your 4-hour internal structure, which is swing structure on 15-minute. So this gives you your break of a structure with strong swing high like this. No. Strong high on 15. This is gonna be a weak low already because we got a decent pullback. Weak low. And local structure is gotta be it's really gonna be just this. This was an IBOS. Just to highlight this to you so you will know how I'm marking out the structure here. The retracement is not here yet, but this is going to be an internal low. And the internal high is hard to mark out yet. All right, so naked POCs, there is some up here. With obviously plenty of liquidity sitting inside this big supply zone. If you want to refine the level, then it's got to be, I take this zone here. So 2 levels. Let's look where's the liquidity sitting. 15-minute time frame, that should be okay. Alright, so the open interest is kind of getting aggressive here over the weekend. Let me reload the chart because we got some back from the impulsive move that we got on Thursday, I believe. Alright, so the open interest is not being aggressive, not on the long side, neither on the short side. Overall, there's a decent amount of longs, not really a lot of shorts. The longs started to be really aggressive from this low here, basically. From the weak low, there's also going to be plenty of liquidity sitting. So for market to go up and potentially target these 2 zones, it makes sense to firstly grab the liquidity here, then go here and potentially target these zones. But really we just gotta wait how this is gonna play out or how it's gonna form. This is 2% down, so it has to be kind of an aggressive movement to the downside. Alright, so CME gap. No, there is not any CME gap. So the plan, these are the zones, right? This zone is definitely not a strong zone, this one. I would rather wait for this zone up here because first, there is a plenty of fair value gaps to be filled, right? Second, it's not correctly placed. It's around the EQ, but obviously if you're gonna do this pull, which also makes sense, then this zone starts to be around the 618 and a 66. So this is definitely better zone for a short, this 31K zone, and I'll start looking for a short around here. Locally, the buyers that I have, so I'll start looking for longs once we're gonna take out these lows here. So it's either gonna be liquidity below this low or this low overall down there. But we just gotta patiently wait for what's gonna happen. But overall, my plan, BDC, overall daily time frame remains more bearish and for the start of pullback phase. Alrighty, so this is going to be the plan on BDC. Just going to leave it here so we will all remember this tomorrow when we open the chart in the morning. Don't forget to join Billions Club Discord because I'm posting my TA here, and also you can join my own group called Crypto Wizards. And let's continue the TA here. So BDC TA, let's have a look at gold. So gold overall is on this big supply zone for our chart. Daily chart, we have this supply zone here. So I'm bearish on gold for the next 5 days. So daily time frame, obviously daily time frame, supply zone, more bearish bias. Same thing, looking for start of a pullback phase. $4 this was a break of a structure, this is a strong low. That remains the same. We should start looking for 1940 zone as a big demand. There is plenty of it. The stronger one is definitely going to be this one here. So like this 1930 zone is stronger to me. Zone 1, zone 2. There's going to be some liquidity below this low here. Let's pay attention to the local structure. So this was BOS, break of a structure here. This is a strong low. This one down there. We can hide this and this. Internal low is gonna be here, but this is an IBOS technically set, so this is gonna be an internal high. these supply zones perfectly mitigated at the top. With some liquidity swept above these highs basically. This is the local supply now. Strong one. That is mitigated also. I'm bearish on gold. I'm definitely bearish on gold. I'm just wondering where's the next zone. Like we have this wick that is kind of untapped here. With this liquidity created above it. So preferably if you are looking for a short on gold, then I'll be looking for grabbing the liquidity above this and looking lower overall. We don't have a lot of confluences here though. There is a naked POC, 1959, so we could potentially get the retest of this and start looking down again. But we'll see how it goes. This is a zone. Is it a strong one? Not really. But it could be a reaction zone. And then we have that 1930 zone overall. So my plan, I only see 1961. 1961 is the next POI on gold. Overall this week, looking for the 1932 zone. Let's say just 1938 zone. This is the overall plan. There is obviously plenty of things that can change. We have levels. We will just be reacting from the levels. We'll see how it goes. That's the TA from the technical perspective. Let's have a look at fundamental perspective. I'm not a fundamental trader, but I want to be aware of some news that could be coming out this week. So let's check it together. Calendar, so Monday, July 17th. 4 a.m. there will be some volatility coming to the market, but that's not important for us at all. This one, Tuesday, there's gonna be a volatility around 2:30, so basically 1:30 UTC time. Wednesday, GBP pairs. I'm not trading GBP. Thursday, all right, there will be unemployment claims, and Friday, nothing at all. So Tuesday and Thursday, important times for us. 1:30 UTC time, and it's gonna be the same on Thursday, same time. All right, guys. So that's the plan. Remember one thing. Which is very important. All of these zones can quickly change. This is the overall plan that I have. It's only a game of probabilities. So we can absolutely pump to the upside tomorrow and continue blasting through these levels. The important thing is that this is the overall view of the market. We have some of the zones that we are looking for. In order to take the position, we gotta have right entry model. So the entry rules needs to be met. Once they are met, then we're going to execute a position, and once you take the position, let's say you have 50, 60, maybe 70% win rate of the trade playing out, but it's still a game of probabilities. So please don't do that. Once the level is tapped, you will go full all in basically on one setup because I said it on a stream. I don't know what's going to happen. I just have a certain probabilities of price going to these and these levels. So keep that in mind. Every single trader that is actually trading and not only talking about it is going to tell you the same thing. We never know what's going to happen next. Even though we are profitable day traders, we know how to trade. We never know what is the next move on the chart. We have a probabilities, we have a strategy, we have basic data and statistics of our performance and of what we can expect. But we never know what is the next move on a chart. So keep that in mind, study some statistics, study some data and psychology overall about trading. It can open your eyes a bit. This is the plan for the next 5 days. Let me know if this is helpful. Let me know if you like these type of streams and if we should continue doing them. And obviously, pretty special week. Hands down, pretty special week for us at Billions Club, because Tuesday we are launching the whole project finally. So stay tuned. And if you are thinking about joining some prop firm, it's definitely worth to wait until Tuesday, because we will launch. So that's it for today. Let me know what you think about today's stream. Let me know what you think about my TA, and share your plan to our Discord group where we can discuss your levels, discuss the whole plan and so on. That's why we have this community. That's it. See ya tomorrow on a live trading session.